Gilgo Beach serial killer suspect Rex Heuermann's estranged wife plans to sell the family's Long Island home and move far away from the site where her husband allegedly planned his ghastly murders, the New York Times reported. This sounds like they are moving evidence with them, as well as dumping the house. Who is going to buy that house anyway? I am sure Long Island homeowners are not only breathing a sigh of relief, but are also pleased that their home property values just increased. The home has become a dark tourist fascination, attracting scores of morbid onlookers. Heuermann's soon-to-be ex-wife, Asa Ellerup's lawyer Robert Macedonio said, "People constantly stop in front of the house to gawk and point and take pictures. She's lost any emotional attachment she had to the premises." The audacity of Macedonio to take on a victim of Sean P. Diddy Combs while he is representing the family of Rex Heuermann is something that this poor client should reconsider. Macedonio can't be taken seriously given his background. Per our previous exposure videos, links are in the description. She should run fast and far away from Robert Macedonio. But we digress back to the house. The single-family home's gruesome history will make it difficult to sell, and it will likely go for under-market value or be purchased by a builder who will tear it down, experts claimed. We at Guarantee suggest that the property should be turned into a memorial park and dedicated to the victims. Guarantee's team will be more than happy to build a dog run where Rex Heuermann and Asa Ellerup slept. I don't think a regular consumer would buy that home. I'd say 9 out of 10 consumers would be turned off by it. Real estate agent Louis Scrimenti said, "The 1,323 square foot home, which boasts of 6 rooms, 1 bath, and a fireplace, is worth $697,200 according to Zillow." Some Long Island real estate agent is about to have the toughest job of their career. Now, neighbors are speculating about who might buy such a property or what might take its place. Heuermann is believed to be the killer, characterized as Lisk in Robert Kolker's 2013 nonfiction bestseller, Lost Girls, an American unsolved mystery. Investigators say that the same killer, now believed to be Heuermann, was responsible for the deaths of at least 10 women whose bodies were dumped in the region. Long unsolved, the case saw a break in 2023 when DNA testing and cell phone and credit card data linked Heuermann to some of the remains. Heuermann, a 60-year-old architect who police say stocked his residential basement with, per the New York Times, an arsenal and a manual of grisly methods on how to hunt and kill women, maintains his innocence and has pled not guilty to charges in 6 deaths stretching back to 1993. His wife, Asa Ellerup, also believes that he had nothing to do with the crimes. Ellerup still has the same opinion. She doesn't believe he's capable of what he's been accused of, her attorney, Robert Macedonio, says. The property was left in shambles during a 12-day police raid on the property in July 2023, in which cops tore apart the residence, removing chunks of the bathroom and tearing apart furniture, and dug up the backyard looking for DNA evidence and more bodies. Authorities claim to have found a vile planning document on Heuermann's computer that laid out the steps of how he allegedly commit the ghastly murders. Ellerup, 61, lacks the funds to repair the residence, Macedonio said. Even before Ellerup moved into the home, Heuermann was there. According to the Associated Press, the single-story house had been Heuermann's home since his childhood. Neighbors say that it had been in a state of disrepair for years, with one nearby resident saying, "It was weird. He looked like a businessman, but his house is a dump." Despite that, Macedonio tells the media that Ellerup and the couple's 2 adult children are moving out of the home and in the process of relocating. Macedonio says that the family will move to South Carolina as repeated raids by law enforcement have caused her to lose her attachment to her house of 30 years. To start the healing process, she wants to move on, Macedonio told the broadcast station via statement. The condition of the home has not improved in the meantime. Since July of 2023, it's attracted tourists and true crime gawkers, as well as repeat visits from police seeking additional evidence in the case. According to Macedonio, investigators have left the interior seriously damaged, and Ellerup, who was reportedly paid as much as $1 million to participate in a Peacock documentary about the Long Island serial killer case, has no money to repair it. According to a Daily Mail report from late 2023, the home was valued at $530,000 when Heuermann transferred the deed to Ellerup for Zaro, months after she filed for divorce. At the time, Ellerup's attorney characterized the split merely as a precautionary measure to protect her from future liability in case the families of Heuermann's alleged victims sue. Heuermann's adult children, Victoria, 28, and Christopher Sheridan, 35, who has special needs, can't even step outside without being harassed, according to their lawyer, Ves Maitev. Chris can't even walk his dog down the block. He gets photographed, people stop and take pictures. He's catcalled, the whole thing. They can't even check the mail. The kids are eager to escape the dark cloud that hangs over their heads and begin the next chapter of their lives by moving out of the home, Maitev says. The best thing that could happen is they knock that house down and build a brand new one so that the memory of all this is obliterated, a neighbor, Albert Sella, 80, said. Heuermann, 60, is charged with murdering 6 sex workers over 3 decades and dumping many of their remains on a Long Island beach. The disgraced former Manhattan architect is being held in Suffolk County Jail in Riverhead without bail. We talked about a change of venue. We're going to look into that. We have been looking into that, whether we can get a fair and impartial jury here in Suffolk County. Defense attorney Michael Brown said, "Where do I hope it would be? The trial itself? Mars? I don't know." Their divorce is expected to be finalized within 6 months, clearing the way for the home's sale. Meanwhile, a trial date for Heuermann remains up in the air. During a hearing in October, a judge said a trial might be scheduled during a December 17 court date, even as Heuermann's defense attorney argues that the trial should be moved elsewhere to ensure an untainted jury.